You made me question myself and where I come from. All over Humbly. You were so rude to me. You.
That night was also the last night I was friends with some of my dearest friends, because as everything unfolded online, I felt like no one stood up for me. No one said anything, but Mbali kept quiet, and that hurt me.
That situation, I do not know why, again, my name is being put in it, because it had nothing to do with me. If we're being completely honest, that situation had nothing to do with me. And as friends, Kay got a call from us to say that live video was wrong. And I wasn't present when the live video was going on, because if I was present, I would have shut it down.
And then now she's trying to fight me like, what type of cloud chasing crazy hoe are you? Like, oh my God, being a show. But you know what? It'd be like that. She will do the story time, and you know what? I love that for her. She must get the coin, in whichever way she can. I've got better things to do, to be quite honest. I've got better things to talk about on my channel.
And yet, I got equally dragged. So for a person to say that they didn't feel defended by me online is hogwash, because we were on the phone the whole time in real life, which what really matters is that you pick up your phone and you support your friend when it matters. I wasn't going to go on Twitter and put fuel into the fire. I was never going to do that. I got equally dragged. I still didn't defend myself. So what makes you think I would go online to argue with strangers if I don't even do that for myself? No one is talking about that live anymore. No one cares. Everyone has moved on from their life. So I'm asking myself, why do you find it necessary, again, to make yourself a victim when you were not? You were wrong. You went on live, you belittled someone, and it was wrong. And you're supposed to take that to the chin. And me getting dragged, I was guilty by association, and I took it to the chin. As you fucking should when you make a mistake. And now I did pick up my phone and I did call her and say, Kay, what you did is wrong. You know the times that we live in, everything that you put online will be misconstrued. I don't like what you've done. It has upset me. I did support you that day. Why aren't you telling people that we were on the phone the whole day? And I told you one thing, switch off your phone and go live your life. It will die down.
Hello everyone and welcome to Fresh Trends. So Yarms is one of the biggest influencers and biggest YouTubers in South Africa at the moment. Taking to her YouTube channel, she addressed HIV boyfriend drama and Naledi official scandal that they had 2 years ago. So Yarms and her boyfriend Flacko, they have been trending for a couple of days because of this Instagram page of Cape Town Unfiltered. So somebody wrote to Salty and said that this person was HIV positive, and she listed all the names of the people that person had slept with, and Flacko, who is Yarms' boyfriend, was also part of the names. One thing that we don't know, is it Flacko Yarms' boyfriend, or is just Flacko somebody else that person knows? But the Flacko that we know is Yarms. So Yarms started getting dragged because of that, and most of the people, they started assuming that she might also not be well because of that. However, she decided to share her test results, which came back negative via her vlog. Yarms' last video, the fact that she had to even address her HIV status, like damn, you all really have no boundaries. There is really a bigger conversation about mental health here, and I feel like she was vulnerable enough to give us insight of hers. This is actually very sad. A promiscuous man who have you proving your STD results and HIV statuses to strangers on the internet. I actually feel sorry for Yarms. Yarms adds that she and her boyfriend have been dating on and off for so many years, but it was just unfortunate that his identity was leaked by Mr. Kaula back in 2022, and I think from there it made even her relationship to be more complicated, and I think it also added more pressure on their relationship, which many are still saying that they don't really like this guy for Yarms. They feel like she deserves more, which I really think you can't really tell somebody that they deserve better. I understand that it's not every man that cheats, But I think nowadays we have normalized to say all men do cheat. So let's just put it like that. All men do cheat. It's okay. Yarms is okay with what she has. And I think they understand, they have got an understanding. They love each other. That's their love language. But I don't think it's in social media's place to tell Yarms who she must date and who she must not date. So
I believe in love back wholeheartedly. Like one thing I will do, I will go back to my ex, like just in general. Like I will, because I'm so afraid to meet new people. Like I'm so afraid of like opening myself up to new people. So I am not against going back to isithandwa sakho sakudala.
I need Yarms to fully know her worth and leave that man alone. You can't be dating someone who makes you disclose your STD and HIV statuses to people you don't know on the internet and still call that love. I know she said we must leave a relationship in peace, but ma'am. But she also said something very important. She said this relationship has healed her, and we don't know in what means has this relationship healed her. And somebody went on to say, now here is the thing. It's said that we have normalized bullying, especially here on the internet. It's said that some of you are invested in other people's lives to a point of you all being delusional about who they are and who they should be. We have normalized creating lies about people here, forgetting that what people decide to show can be or not be who they are. At the end of the day, what you all know is 1% of what they have decided to share. However, you go ahead and create 99% of lies to make it look like you all know 100% about someone's life. Content creators and celebrities are human just like other people. They make mistakes, they go broke, they get depressed too, they get cheated on, they love the wrong people, they cry, they laugh, they get drunk, they go to church, they breathe oxygen too, they make a mess. I mean, just like any other person you know, getting shamed and bullied for being human and going through things that normal people go through is madness. We are not in this space to be perfect, seek validation. As such, we share our lives with you all as we get paid. At the end of the day, we are humans. So I think the main reason for this video, it was because she wanted to address about her boyfriend and about her statuses. But what ended up trending was the Naledi issue that they had like 2 years ago when they had a fight. So Yarms addressed the matter.
This is the real tea. When we got to Naledi's section, and I'm so sorry for dragging her into this video and everyone else I'm about to mention, but when we got to Naledi's section, I was the only person that had greeted her out of all of my friend circle. My friends even asked me, why are you greeting her? I'm like, I don't have any beef with her. Why wouldn't I? And we continued with our night. We then somehow got into an altercation, which was pretty intense and ugly. And if you know anything about me, you know that I don't know how to fight. I don't believe in violence. So I ended up getting up and leaving. No one kicked me out of the section. That night was also the last night I was friends with some of my dearest friends, because as everything unfolded online, I felt like no one stood up for me. No one said anything except Aya, who wasn't even my friend.
Kay did explain her silence was due to her looking for a video, looking for proof of the entire altercation to vindicate herself. However, since there was none, she decided to keep her silence. In fact, she allowed Naledi to run with her own narrative. So after she spoke about that, I felt like it was not necessary for her to bring it up, because these people forgave each other and they even went live together. So why are you bringing it up if you guys forgave each other? You spoke about it.
We obviously aren't friends. We aren't friends, but I don't think she deserves that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she said what she said. I was upset. I also said what I said. She told me how she felt about some of the things I said on Twitter, and I also have to be man enough to accept that I did engage in obviously tweets that may have been dragging you, and I really don't want to be known for that, because at the end of the day I also engage in the same thing. So if you are being called out for that, then I can be called out for that too, right? I appreciate your apology. I really don't care what people make out of this. I know that you were being sincere.
I'm just reading the comment. You know what, like, as long as you and I are straight, like, that's all that matters. Like, whoever says what after that, like, that's like, you know, and that's the whole reason why we did this live, just to clear it out, because
to clear the fact that we actually weren't like the Habli obviously stirred the drama, but it actually had nothing to do with Habli. And now that you obviously apologized and heard my side, and I've apologized and heard your side, now it's just like, oh well, damn, this is actually what happened. You get what I'm saying? Good. On my side, there's no beef, there's nothing, and I hope you're okay where you are.
To go smoke some hab, maybe go to bed.
Aha, babes, is that you? Are you trying to ask me out? You trying to make this right? Because once I was having fun,
I'm saying,
come with a drink.
I have some time.
Come with a drink. No, but yeah. Okay, thank you for apologizing. I really hope that never has to happen again. And I, on my end as well, am also going to try my best and not say anything that's defamatory about you on social media. And I do apologize on my end as well.
The Dear Diary video was not actually about this event, but somehow this is the very thing that will always come up when my character is being discussed. That's why I brought it up. I know who I am. I don't really need anyone's approval. Just letting everyone know that you can't shame me about that anymore. Why did I bring it up now? Because only now I do have the courage to speak on it. I am not afraid anymore. For years, I couldn't even watch that video without cringing. I was so ashamed and so embarrassed. I was drunk, emotional and petty, foolish if you ask me. But hey, we live, we learn. And the video that she's talking about is the live video that she did after the altercation happened. And they say the altercation was because of a Habli. They were fighting because of a Habli and stuff. I have deep regrets about going on live and saying all those nasty things about her. Till this day, nothing could have ever justified that. But the reason why it has stuck with me for so long was because I felt I never really stood up for myself. Yes, I take full accountability. I was wrong. But I was literally publicly harassed by this person. She kept pushing me around, speaking about how she would beat me up. She even used a finger to press on my forehead, telling me how much she's going to mess me up. Hence, I said I wouldn't fight her. I made several calls the next day to get footage with no success. I didn't just say those hurtful things out of nowhere. I was hurt and I too was traumatized. That too was the worst day of my life. So after Yarms did this video on YouTube, everybody was waiting to see if Naledi was going to respond. And she did. She did respond. She did a video on her channel explaining everything that happened the day when the two fought. And when I listened to it, Kay was wrong, because Naledi said that they were fighting over a Habli, but the Habli that Naledi had paid for, and everybody was sharing among themselves, I think 6 people or 12 people. And now when Yarms took the Habli, she now kept it. And now she was smoking the Habli, being on the phone, smoking the Habli and being on the phone. And when Naledi asked for the Habli from Kay, she said, I'm going to give you after 5 minutes. And Naledi waited. And then after that, she went back again to Yarms and asked for the Habli. And then Kay said to Naledi, I said I'm gonna give it to you. What the F is your problem? I felt like that was disrespectful. But now when Yarms is explaining on his side, she says that day she was attacked. So if I am Naledi, I will get pissed. The fact that I paid for it and I made you to come to my section, because Naledi said the section that Yarms was sitting with their friends, it was a section that was in her name. So she made them to come and sit there. But Kay is saying that Naledi was violent towards her, pointing her on her forehead and stuff like that. But I just felt like she was not even supposed to bring it in their vlog at all. She was supposed to just address her boyfriend and let it move. My problem is I love both so much, but I see that Kay started things, then act like she is a victim. Mbali said in a video that she told her she was wrong. She is no longer friends with them because they called her out for her behavior. Kay would do anything, including lying, to protect her brand. We saw it today. So Naledi went on her Instagram stories to respond to Yarms again, and she said, I've had enough time to calm down and block out the noise, and there is only one thing I feel I need to address. Firstly, I apologize for involving the other lady in all of this. This happened many years ago, and in hindsight, I realized bringing her into this was uncalled for on my end. I've made peace with all that's happened, and I know better than anyone that a man's decisions are his and his alone. Secondly, I felt it was was necessary to share and explain the context of that evening, because although I may not have been the focus of that video, me and the other person being included was strategically designed to put us both in a bad light, even when that was not the case. I may not be friends with both the ladies in question, but I will stand for the truth, even if that means you stand alone. I will not watch someone else be accused of something they have not done, because I know what's like to be in that situation, and it is unfair and uncalled for from anyone. When making statements, learn to tell the truth. You swear at me, you disrespect me, and call me a rat in what was my section. You then cry wolf and throw your own friends under the bus when it all hits the fan. Today you are saying you were harassed after calling me all slurs in my sack. Don't tell me about trauma. You are a mean, vile human being. That's who you have always been, and I kept quiet to protect you. But I see now that was not in my favor. So I hope you remember why you got kicked out of that section, because you are a rude, vile person. And may that Instagram live be a constant reminder of who you are to your core, a malicious, maleficent person. Problem is, most people have tried to use the "she's going crazy" as a comeback to constantly disrespecting me, constantly trying to brand me as a violent to justify your shitty behavior towards me. Well, let me make one thing clear. I won't tolerate disrespect from anyone. Also, in case you forgot in your little rebrand, you also called me a cockroach. A little advice: when a man cheats on you, be like me, make story times, make some change. Don't involve us in the fact that your man cheated on you. Yay, leave us out of it. This was what Naledi said, responding to Yarms. Yarms was wrong for 4 years, and she is wrong again today, always playing victim. She was not even supposed to include this whole thing, because after now listening to what Naledi is saying, both of them, they are wrong in this whole situation. But I just felt like since they forgave each other, then they went live, they spoke about it, they forgave each other, they moved on. Now Yarms is bringing it back again, blaming people, which I feel like it was not a good idea. She should have just left it, move on, and let life be. Address the boyfriend situation that is happening now and let life be, because right now she's involving too many people. The people that she was friends with then and now Naledi, and all of them, they've responded to her, and now it has created more drama once again after so many years. And we know that with Yarms, she's not leaving her boyfriend unless if she decides to leave her by herself. But for now, we have nothing else to say about it, and I feel like she can do whatever that she wants. But on this situation of Naledi, I think she should have thought better, or whoever advised her didn't advise her well. I hope they both find healing in time. But anyway guys, that's just my thoughts. Please do leave your own comments down below. That's all that we have for now. Until the next time, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Peace.